Welcome, I'll be reacting to Alice in Wonderland, 1999. One of my earliest memories as a kid actually is going to an Alice tea party. And some of my friends said, I don't know what Alexa's going to go as, but it's not going to be Alice. And they were right, I went as the Dormouse. A few years later, I had a Red Queen cosplay, just because I loved running around going, off with their head! I have an Alice in Wonderland tea party coming up later this year, and I have no idea what I want to go as. So if you have suggestions, put them in the comments, just not Alice. I'm entirely unfamiliar with this adaptation other than the fact that a lot of people were recommending it. This is not a market substitute. Please support the original. This is already super trippy. I love it. Let's look at the costuming for a moment. So far, it's generic Victorian.
They don't expect you to sing until after tea. You've got another half an hour to practice.
That is a gorgeous Chantanelle. So you can tell already she's a much higher class of servant, probably the housekeeper. The other maid, her sleeves were more 1830s, and this looks 1850s. The 1840s were closer in. The semi-pagoda sleeve didn't come in until slightly later. Because she's higher class, she's more likely to be fashionable, so I'm going to set this so far early 1850s.
I can't sing.
It's just stage fright.
Everyone's here. Have you seen my...
Mummy, please don't make me sing.
The mother, I'm not sure what she's wearing. That style of very sheer, not too many petticoats, no hoop, that was more popular in the turn of the century. You're just gonna have to bear with me on the costuming. It's an obsession of mine. Even the collar. Her gown is Edwardian, Victorian. Okay, anyone who has watched my reactions enough knows what I'm about to say. They're outside. Where are the hats? We have a hat sighting. Ladies and gentlemen. Seriously though, this should not be outside and wearing this. The skirt we just panned past, that was definitely 1850s. So someone on the costume team was trying. Oh, he's a great actor. So is she. It's fun, I recognize so much of the cast. See what she's wearing right here? It's beautiful. Variation on a cap that you would wear indoors. However, the color in her gown is just out of this world. And I love how much detail they're bringing into it. And her neckline is a little bit better. If you look at the neckline on this blue dress, and then take a look at her neckline, it's a lot closer than the high neck we saw earlier on the mother, which is a later design. So out of all the costuming so far, this is my favorite. She definitely has a smaller day hoop. It's not unusual to have smaller skirts for an event like this, but she really needs a stiffer crinoline, a couple of petticoats. You can tell there's too much sway to it, but they're close. Ooh. Apples are traditionally quite magical as well. I'm late!
Oh dear, I'll be so late.
I'm claustrophobic, so I would not follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole. I'd be like, yeah, have fun. Ooh. Beautiful production design. This is one of my favorite versions of this particular room. I like that pop of color on the floor. Not too much. Oh, that was too much. Oh no, there goes the key. Eat me. I'm loving how semi-magical it is. Not just odd, but things are opening and moving. Watch out, your head!
Yesterday everything was so normal.
Everybody in 2020, yesterday was so normal. I feel you, Alice.
Last time
Oh, what a set. I think they filmed in my room.
It isn't new, not new, not new.
Very Gilbert and Sullivan.
Not a lie.
Not a line.
Not.
Ah, the dodo.
My lecture is the driest thing I've ever heard of. Edwin and Morcar, the
That must be the White Queen. She's gonna prick herself on the brooch.
Run home and fetch me another pair of gloves and a fan. Quick!
I thought we learned from earlier.
It doesn't say drink me like the other bottle.
Don't drink random things, Alice. Uh-oh.
What's that in the window?
Let's have a look. Hang on a sec.
That's an arm, your worship. An arm? I'm too rich. I can't afford to die.
Oh.
Somebody please help me. Why won't anyone help?
Cute music. There are more slates falling than Ben-Hur.
Here's brandy.
Ah, thank you, Your Worship.
Not you.
Sorry, purely medicinal.
Okay, that's a little too small.
Right one.
Careful. Fetch! I have a feeling Caterpillar is going to show up. There he is. Very shiny.
If you were to change into a butterfly, say, you'd find it quite strange, wouldn't you?
Not a bit of it. Nothing strange to me. What size do you want to be? Speak up! Speak up!
I don't care about the size, just so long as I'm not changing all the time, you know?
She's always taking these huge bites. I would take a tiny, tiny one.
It's no good you knocking like that,
Why not?
because I'm on the same side of the door as you.
Oh, yes.
But if you did want to go out, it would be much easier. I'm going to sit here for days thinking about it and singing Coming Through the Rye. Dee-da-da-da, dee-da-da-da, dee-da-dee-da-dum.
They used that on Outlander. Comin' Through the Rye was written by Robert Burns in the 18th century, put to the melody of the Scottish minstrel Comin' Frae the Town. Da 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 da. I can't believe that. 4 seasons into Outlander, and I find out that the music is Coming Through the Rye via Alice in Wonderland. Thank you, random footman. Oh, this is just like the books. Is that Whoopi Goldberg?
Soupy.
Achoo! He's still singing.
I've been in, now I'm coming out.
He is a pig.
You have turned into a pig. The garden.
Why do you want to go there?
It looks safe.
Sometimes things that look safe turn out nasty. And things that look nasty turn out safe.
Why is the raven like a writing desk? Why is a raven? I'm not talking to you. When I breathe.
Aww.
Well, it is the same with you.
I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
There are all kinds of theories about why a raven is like a writing desk. But my favorite one is that because Poe wrote on both. What?
Dare you interrupt my song with that say? I say. In this world, it's not what you know, but who you know.
I'd still like to know why they lived at the bottom of the well.
She could take a small cup, dip it in the large cup, and hopefully it would hold. It's always hard to tell in Wonderland because you have to slice the bread before the bread appears on the plate or it won't be sliced, and there's just quite mad things with time. Are we going through the mirror? It's fun because they seem to be mashing the books together. Just walk through. You've got this.
That's right, shifting the responsibility again.
You can talk. I heard the Queen say you deserve to be beheaded.
So you see, miss, we're doing our best to put things right.
Before she comes.
Hurry. That's her. Hide or paint faster.
Consider, my dears, he's just a child.
You think so?
Do you play croquet?
Are they going to bring the flamingos in? Oh, there they are. Get your flamingo, Alice.
Is this your cat?
Well, if a fish came to me and said he was going on a journey, I'd say, with what purpose? So you like performing?
No, I hate it.
Take it, Alice.
Needs a little work, but we'll get it.
Oh, we're getting the knights. He really has this character down perfectly. Where on the chessboard is she now? I think she just crossed over to another section. Oh, Tiger Lily.
Oh, Tiger Lily. I wish you could talk so you could tell me how to get out of this wood.
I can talk.
If you're not polite, I'll make you into a chain.
Oh, is that the train? I would love it if we got the train.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright.
This technique of waves was used in one of the Nutcracker portrayals that they filmed by Pacific Northwest Ballet. Of all the different stage play methods for portraying waves, I think this is my favorite.
I weep for you.
I love oysters.
I really do.
And that's quite the castle. Silence! Is that the grow big? Yeah.
All the tarts are here, so how could the prisoner have stolen them? There is no crime.
Here comes the apple.
He's going to sing for us.
Will you want to join the
I thought this was a really fun version because they combined the two different books into kind of one sprawling story and introduced that element of Alice being worried about singing so that she has kind of a purpose to her quest. It's not just all random encounters, it has more of a goal to it. Tim Burton did the same thing in his when he introduced that engagement, and she's trying to get away from that. I think the set designs in this were absolutely spectacular. They had a muted color palette, which is interesting for Alice in Wonderland because you tend to think of just explosions of color, but instead with this one, they kept it monochromatic with very deliberate choices when they introduced color. And I almost think that it's more effective than just this kaleidoscope that you get with, say, the Tim Burton version. I don't recall seeing the animated Disney one. I might have seen clips from it, but I think that one was pretty colorful as well. The costuming was a bit all over for me for this one. There were a few that I really liked, but there was no cohesive era for the IRL stuff. And Wonderland, you know, you can do whatever you want. And for the most part, I think the creature costumes were fairly effective. Sometimes the makeup was a bit odd, but that's okay. I mean, it's hard to do animal makeup on people. Whoopi Goldberg as the Cheshire Cat was just hilarious. And I love that they put her in at the end. Overall, I think this was a lot of fun.